In a surprising turn of events, Doria Ragland, mother of Meghan Markle, recently claimed in an interview that she worked as a flight attendant for the British airline EasyJet back in the 1980s. This statement stirred up substantial media attention, raising eyebrows for a very particular reason. EasyJet CEO Johan Lundgren swiftly denied the assertion, clarifying that EasyJet was only founded in 1995, almost a decade after Ragland's supposed employment. The airline chief further pointed out that no records existed of Ragland's employment in their databases, adding fuel to the unfolding media firestorm. The response from EasyJet was factual, but the public contradiction of Ragland's statement left many questioning its motives and ramifications. Meghan Markle herself was reportedly furious with the airline's public rebuttal, viewing it as a direct affront to her mother's integrity. Sources close to the Duchess of Sussex disclosed that she took EasyJet's response as part of a larger, systemic issue where corporations dismiss individual personal accounts. Markle's frustration with the airline's handling of the situation seemed indicative of broader concerns she has expressed regarding corporate disregard for personal histories and family backgrounds. The incident quickly morphed from a simple fact-check into a swirling controversy, sparking speculation on whether Meghan might pursue legal or PR strategies against EasyJet to defend her mother's credibility. Markle's stance has raised questions about how far she might go to publicly assert her family's narrative in the face of corporate rebuttal. The issue not only places Markle in the spotlight once again, but also sheds light on the complexities she faces in preserving her family's image amid frequent public scrutiny. Media outlets and investigative journalists wasted no time in probing Ragland's work history for potential evidence. As they dug deeper, journalists uncovered records showing that in the 1980s, Ragland was primarily involved in studying social work and held jobs unrelated to aviation. These findings seemingly contradicted Ragland's claim and, unintentionally or not, fueled further media narratives. Some commentators have attributed this to a misremembering of her employment history, perhaps confusing details or unintentionally exaggerating to add a bit of intrigue to her story. However, others speculated this may have been an intentional embellishment, potentially aimed at crafting a more cosmopolitan image. The conflicting perspectives have resulted in a divided public opinion. While some supporters have rallied behind Ragland, urging empathy and understanding for possible memory gaps, critics have leaned toward viewing the statement as a credibility issue, with implications beyond just one claim. To them, the discrepancy is emblematic of larger trust issues and perceived narratives that some feel Markle's family, particularly her mother, may be shaping to suit a particular public persona. The division is stark. One side sympathetic, attributing the discrepancy to a harmless slip, and the other convinced that Ragland's statement reflects an intentional bid to elevate her life story. Markle's position in the unfolding narrative is a fascinating one, as she defends her mother's account while also grappling with the fallout. Some speculate that Markle's frustration with EasyJet's public denial might even propel her to launch a formal complaint, possibly demanding a retraction or apology from the airline. However, as of now, no definitive course of action has been announced. Markle's history of handling public disputes suggests a willingness to stand her ground, yet also a tendency to weigh her options before embarking on a legal or media blitz. This pause has done little to quell rumors of an impending escalation, however, as public interest and media speculation remain high. Public sentiment around the incident seems to be wavering, with opinions swinging widely based on individual perceptions of Markle and her mother. For some, Ragland's claim appears to have backfired, casting doubt on both her personal narrative and, by association, Meghan's. Others view this as an example of an older individual potentially misremembering the details of their past, especially in a high-stakes interview setting where pressure and nerves can complicate memory. Either way, the question remains: was Ragland's statement a harmless mix-up, a simple case of an older memory losing clarity, or was it a carefully constructed narrative intended to serve a greater purpose? Markle's apparent readiness to defend her mother's credibility is reminiscent of her past efforts to preserve her family's reputation in the face of controversies and public scrutiny. This stance has sparked debate over Markle's public image, with some applauding her loyalty to her family, while others argue that the ongoing family disputes distract from her stated philanthropic and personal goals. Whether Markle chooses to escalate the matter or let it rest, the incident has illuminated the fragile balance she maintains between her family loyalty and the broader public image she and her family continue to shape. As the public waits to see how Markle will address EasyJet's denial, this unfolding drama has opened a new window into the enduring complexities of the Markle family's dynamic. It raises the question of how family narratives, whether entirely accurate or selectively remembered, play in a public perception, especially when those narratives are placed under such intense scrutiny. In the coming days, all eyes remain on Meghan Markle and her mother, Doria Ragland, as they navigate the delicate intersection of personal history, public narrative, and media-driven curiosity.